Hey everybody, welcome back to Viper Magic channel. As usual, or not as usual, I am not Jim Afanis, I am Brent Casino. I'm here to do a video game review for him. And I'm going to talk about what I just finished last night, which was The Last of Us on my PlayStation 4 Pro. So this is the remastered version. I also played through the Left Behind DLC, and I gotta say, it was a really, really good game. Now, is it the best thing ever made? I don't think so. So here's my things with it. It's basically another Naughty Dog game, and I know I went through, I think in August, Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 very, very quickly, and I kind of got not a sour taste, but I was like, oh, all these three games really are the same. That's fine because they're in the same series, but game to game there wasn't that much new stuff to each game that they added on. No game was a reinvention of the franchise. And this Last of Us game is kind of the same thing as an Uncharted game. It's very scripted, it's very cutscene heavy. You're plodding along, your run is not really running, it's more of a slight jog, that type of thing. What I did like in this game was the crafting of different weapons, and the weapons you got, I thought some of them were helpful, some of them I did not use at all. I don't think I used the flamethrower once. I don't think I used the bow and arrow more than I did in the Left Behind DLC. I mostly stuck to guns. And what I really disliked about this game is that it was forcing you to feel like a survivor or a post-apocalyptic stuff. And it didn't mesh with the video game things that it had to do to be a video game. So what I'm saying is, if you want this to be a story about survivors getting lost in the United States, or that kind of thing, and scrounging for food and scrounging for supplies to build things, that's fine, but everything you built ended up being a weapon or one type of health pack. There was nothing I needed for my horse, nothing I needed for a shirt or a coat, anything like that. I know this is a last generation game. We're not talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 apparently, which has you fish for food and all this other stuff and shave your beard and this wacky stuff. What I am complaining about is that it was fake limited ammo. So you would be in an area and then these guys would come at you, right? And they've all got guns and shotguns and rifles, handguns, pistols, whatever. Or they'd come at you with a baseball bat, or just come at you and run at you, blah, blah, blah. These are the non-zombie enemies I'm talking about here. And then you would shoot one or two of them, and you saw them, I saw a couple guys carry shotguns toward me, I took them out. They dropped the shotgun. You would think in a regular game, because it exists in the game world, it should be an asset or something. But those guys that dropped the shotgun, the model would disappear off the screen. And my biggest gripe with it was it did not drop any ammo. Now, if you came out with me with two shots and you didn't get any off and I got you before you even had one, I would be able to take the shells out of your shotgun, stick them in my pocket. Now, it's fine with me that I can only carry so many, that's fine. But there are many times in this game where I would shoot somebody that had a weapon that then dropped no ammo whatsoever. So you're only able to find ammo sometimes they did, not every time, but most of the time you're finding ammo from exploring the other off areas and rooms of the buildings you were in and exploring and stuff like that. That felt a little forced to me. It's if you're saying that there's limited ammo, then give me another way to fight these people. You have this melee weapon and you say that it only lasts for so long. If I pick up a lead pipe and beat somebody with it, in real life, it's gonna last more than 8 hits. It's gonna last. The thing's made of metal. It'll bash everybody's head in for all I care. A baseball bat, it's gonna last more than 4 hits than it did in this game. This game, you get a little meter. It says you picked up a baseball bat, you can hit somebody 4 times. That's bullshit. I'm gonna hit somebody way more times with a baseball bat before it breaks, unless I hit them just right, or this bat is years old. I don't know. I guess a wood plank was fine, but when you start getting these things, another thing was you picked up an axe later in the game, and they gave you 4 hits to hit somebody with an axe with, or kill enemies, something like that. And if I hit somebody with an axe, the blade is this big, it's gonna go deep enough to cause some internal injuries, so it should be a one-hit kill machine. Wasn't really the case. Secondly, I don't know that it would last more than 4 hits. I think it would last longer, but you got to keep that head wedged on that thing. But that's why they have metal axes. So Anyway, just the forced survivability aspect of it didn't feel real. It felt very video gamey. And for a game that's had so much hype about being the greatest game of its generation, the #1 PS3 game, blah, 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 it just felt very video gamey. And just, it was just like the other Uncharted games. It was forcing you along the story. You were barreling down this road, and you did not have any choice in the matter. When we got to the end, I thought Joel was going to have a choice about Ellie. I don't know if I'd been led to believe that from talking to Jim before or not, but certainly there was no choice to be had here. And it was like, well, I guess that's how it's going to end then. So, you were a character, all your traits were defined, you were just along for the ride in this movie-watching style of game as opposed to making choices and things like that. So I guess that's why I liked the, Assassin's Creed games better, because you can make choices. I'm looking forward to playing Odyssey, a little bit later this year, and you have the dialogue choices, things like that. So, is it the greatest game ever made? I don't think so. I definitely feel like these Naughty Dog games, I haven't played Uncharted 4 yet, it's not next right away, but I will play it. But these first 4 Naughty Dog games are certainly linear. You can only, walk from this left-hand side border to this right-hand side border and no further. You can't go, they're not open world. It's very structured, you're going to go in this direction and then you're going to turn this direction, and you still have this, bandwidth to explore, but they're shoving you down a path, and you will go along for the ride or you just don't play the game, kind of thing. And that, to me, I think lessens the greatness of this game from all the hype that it's received over the years as the greatest game ever. Certainly the characters are very good. The characters are always very good in the Naughty Dog games. I love the actors in most of them, the voice actors, the motion capture is very well done. The facial expressions all looked great across all these games. Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and Last of Us Remastered. But are they the greatest thing in gaming to play all these games? No, I think they're very good experiences, but in terms of being a game, they're very one-sided. So, Last of Us, I recommend you play it. Is it the greatest thing ever? No. I think I would have said this if I had played it when it came out as well. So, take it with a grain of salt if you're a fan. If not, thanks for watching. We will see you guys down in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff to Jim's channel. And we will see you guys on the other side.